Well, friends, we're going to jump right into this. Remember that tree I fell the other day and kind of did a little bit of a tutorial on it? We're just going to jump right into it. I knocked it over, that root rot tree. It's very interesting. I got some interesting things to show you about that tree. And we're just going to start bucking it. We start off with the 500i. We move on to Harvey's 266, which is one of my favorite saws. And then we jump into the 572 from Ripsaw. And we just get this log bucked up. We're just going to dive right into it. I hope you're all doing well. See if you can help somebody out today somewhere along the line. Don't worry about yourself. You're actually looked after. So friends, I don't know what it is about this 500, but it loves the cold weather. I don't run this saw a lot, but it does not, it rips. I love this saw. Anyway, we're going to swap out now. I'm finding that it's time to move on. I brought 3 saws and I want to use all 3.
Harvey's the Iron Horse.
This is Harvey's 66.
This is Harvey's the Iron Horse, the GOAT, in my opinion. I've had a lot of saws built for me over the years, and this guy has magic in his fingers. He's put a lot of knowledge on the internet, friends. This is one of Harvey's first saws for me. It's a 266. It's a big bore build, which is a 272. It's got nothing left on the chain. I would show you, but I think you know me well enough now. I ain't pulling your leg.
Cut timber on a contract, beat the hell out of day rate. You sure did keep the wolves away, but it gave him the father's gate. Well, behold the woodman's woodshed, it's a sight to be seen. Well, he's got kindle at nighttime burn, 2 cords of the green. Well, people often ask him why he chose this game. Something about that power saw and the sand running through my veins. Oh yeah, just the smell of the 2-stroke, baby. Yeah, yeah. All the way through my
So this is just for fun's sakes, friends. It's not a, program test or anything like that. But it's it's fairly close to give you an idea what's going on with Harvey's builds. As you can see, there's no rhyme or reason, but I'm doing a similar thing here. I'm leaning on the dogs and I'm pulling on the saw. Both there are in the dogs moving, cutting firewood, just cutting firewood. So it's just Harvey does something different with these machines. Friends, do you notice when I finish the buck, like when I drop the round off the log, like see there, I dog in, but when I finish the buck, I use the tip of the bar. There's a few different reasons for that. It's most definitely safer, but you get to use the dogs and the leverage, and that's great. But to finish the buck, I just use the tip of my bar. Your bar is out, the power head's away from things. Your feet are like 3 feet away from the drop. Like it's just, everything's changes when you're far away from that drop. And it's like when you buck a log on the side hill.
One of my most fabulous saws of all time. It's just, I can't explain it. It's got crack, it's got pull, and this root rot tree is bad. Now I'm gonna finish up the job with my Ripsaw 572.
Okay, I've managed to restrain myself from doing any interjections thus far. I'm pretty proud of myself. Friends, I owe Ripsaw a big thank you right now. Every time I fire this saw, it's almost predictable. When it's really cold, 3 to 4 pulls max, but all day long, every day, 3 pulls. It just boom, boom, boom. It fires. It's predictable. God, thanks, fellas. Ripsaw, all your saws do that for some reason. So kudos to you boys. Friends, I got a square ground chain on this thing right now with the gullet in. I'm going to talk about this at the end of the video. A lot of fallers use square grind. A lot of guys I know use square, and a lot of guys take their gullet out. I don't. I have in the past. There are reasons for it. I've done a fantastic video on this exact subject. It's personal preference. Just like life, you do whatever you want. But my suggestion is don't come at people like they're doing something wrong or that your way is better than theirs. Because that's unintelligent and a bit weak. Because we all know there's 100 ways to skin the cat. And one guy's system is not going to be the same as the other guy's system. But I urge people to do both. Because if you have not done both, you cannot speak in this conversation. Well, you can, but you can say, all I know is taking the gullet out. I don't know about not taking the gullet out. So I've done it. I've done both of it. And I even went as far as to do a video on it. That's why I don't take my gullets out.
All right, friends. Well, this is another one of my most favorite saws of all time. And that would be our Ripsaw 572. Cold start. Very cold start. Right, friends? Give her a couple pumps. Let's put that in there. Should be good. Give it a choke, right? That's what they say to do. Let's do it. Give it a couple of these to make sure everything's happening. Okay.
Friends, you know when you see guys fire up and they just pin it and all that blue smoke goes pouring out of there. Remember, you got two different types of metals in there trying to get to know one another. I'm OCD on this. I'll warm it up. That's just how I roll. I'm stoking a wood stove right now. That's just what I do. I warm them up and I share the experience with you. Friends, can you see the root rot still in this tree? Halfway up the tree or even further up. It goes right to the top of the tree. And look at the foliage. It's beautiful and green, and there's no signs of root rot other than those conks that we saw in the tree. No sign. You couldn't tell by looking at the foliage. There wasn't a lot of swell in the butt. It's very interesting, this root rot. And friends, without sounding like something I'm not, because I'm not really I'm not here to teach really, but osmosisly you can pick up things from these videos. Notice my stance when I operate a power saw for hours on end. Notice, you know what I'm getting at, and it's stand up and buck. Well, the long bars are handier in many, many more ways than you may think when you're traipsing around doing this type of thing. So just watch my body posture and imagine yourself in that situation, because I want to use this channel to better folks' life in as many aspects as I can.
I'm going to tell you right now, anybody looking for a good, screaming, newer saw, this has got a muffler, a pipe on it that I designed, and it's ported by Ripsaw, like 2 years ago. One of my favorites. Seriously, one of my favorite saws. And I got a lot of saws. This saw does everything. Everything. Here, let's just cut this top of this tree off. This is what you want. This is what you want in a power saw.
So friends, that's pretty much that. Fell the tree, bucked the tree, split the tree. This tree unfortunately has root rot right to the top of the tree, and I'm going to show you this in a minute. I'm just gonna run you up, and you'll see this white stuff in the. I'll show you here.
Just wanted to show you something. Even this far up the tree, a beautiful, healthy tree. Look at the foliage. It's like you cannot tell by this foliage that this tree has a problem, can you? No, you can't. It's beautiful and green right to the tippy top. But friends, there you are. Root rot.
This stuff is, friends. This root rot stuff is different. This is almost more like heart rot, you know, heart rot, where it goes right up the heart of the wood. So if folks don't know, a tree, when you cut a tree, you'll see the pith, the dot, the little brown dot, and it grows each year, right? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's when you'll see Douglas fir. Like I'll show you right now. I got it. Here it is here. This will explain it to you right here. This is our firewood. Okay, see the line right there? See that right there? I've talked about this a lot, friends, actually. Sapwood. You can see it right there, okay? Sapwood, heartwood, okay? Is there moisture in it? Yeah, but not like in the sapwood. This is really wet in June, July, August, like when she's running. Twice as heavy as it is now. So, but this heartwood, that's why they call it heart rot or root rot. It's got it. You can see it in this tree. It's got the white fungi in it. Look at that Douglas fir. Look at it. It's checked and cracked. This is super nice. This is 2 years seasoned. Maybe even 3, actually. Oh, it's beautiful. And, oh, look at that. Look at that little bit of pitch right there. You stick a little of that right. Look at it. It's still. You never work another day in your life, you could turn that into a cologne. Be over for you. It'll be over for you. Just call it Doug. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, what were we talking about? Heartwood. This tree's got it right to the top. I wish I could explain that to you. It's fantastic, actually, is the word. It's fantastic. I'm going to show you this ground chain. I'm going to show you what I'm working with here, what I'm cutting, and you'll see that. Well, I showed it to you early in the video. The gullet is still in it. It's just what I run. Once in a blue moon, depending on the chain, because if you look down a chain, straight at a chain like this, you'll notice that the rakers are kicked out a little bit. They are. Chain is designed to cut. Well, as a matter of fact, why don't we do it? This video isn't even 20 minutes long. Why don't we do this? I'll put my C&I glasses on and we'll have a little session. You and I. Let's do it. Check this out. I'll see if I can line it up on the camera. I probably won't be able to because it's going to focus in on me. Maybe I'll turn it around and show you. Let's do it. I can't believe we fluked out. Never mind the hair. Watch when I turn this to straight up and down. See this? Here's your chain. There. See the raker? It's bent out to the side. So what is really happening when that chain there, that's dead square. Look at the chain. Look at the rakers. See? That's how it's coming at the wood, right like that. Look at, friends. It's only using what you want it to use. See? That's why square, look at. See how square ground works? Look at the raker. Boom, right there. It takes up the bottom part of the tooth. Only on an angle, right? On an angle. Like this. This isn't right. That's right there. That's straight up and down. See?
Okay, if anybody's wondering, I do get asked a lot, like a lot, Like, what do you got for chain? What do you... Friends, listen. I've been grinding chain on a Symington grinder for 20 years. Okay? I've tried all kinds of different angles. I've tried... I mean, you name it, I've tried it. Gullet in, gullet out. I've tried it, friends. Because why? Because I was told to. And I would do what other fallers would do because I was just starting out and I wanted to do what my mentors were doing. But through the years and through experience, this is what you see. This is what I'm running. Most times you see me running my chain right there. That's what I run. Square ground chain. Gullet in. And that's what I mean by gullet in. Here, let me get you a better example. There. I never touch my gullet, especially an EXL chain. I just don't touch it. I needed to talk from experience, not just blubber blabber. So I put a gullet. I took a chain with gullet in like this. And then I took another chain and took the gullet right out. Very similar chains. The footage is on the video. And believe it or not, this may surprise you. This may surprise you. But I can look you square straight in the face and tell you that this was a smoother cut chain with the gullet in. It was. It was smoother cutting. It's my experience. It's so you guys, you can keep getting your gullets. I'm not saying it's not right. There's no right or wrong. If it's cutting for you, that's great. I don't waste my time. I've done it a couple times through the last 25 years. I've gone, well, I better take the gullet out because the guys are talking about it. And I would do it. And I can see for racing chain, maybe just strictly for weight. But if you think about square ground chain, if you think about what it actually is, well, especially when you get down further on the chain, it's a small little piece of steel, right? It's a small little piece of steel, okay? And if this is all gone, it actually is weaker, and this keeps you in your kerf like crazy. Look at this bar oil, friends. I freaking love this DGP. Like, look at my bar. Look at it. This DGP stuff has really impressed me, friends. Like, super impressed me. Gosh, it's nice. Anyway, have your own experience. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to nobody else telling you it's the best and it's what it needs to be done and this is better than anything. Have your own experience, as I have. And that's where I live. I live right there.
All right. Well, that'll be the end of that. I love bringing you guys stuff. If you folks allow me into your homes with your kids sitting on the couch with you on your big screen, I want you to know something right now. I was driving through Pennsylvania a couple of years back, and I saw all these homes and just YouTube and what a gift it is and how incredible the just this right here, being able to be in your front room is an honor to me. I'm not flapping my gums right now trying to think that I got to say something to thank you. I mean it from my guts, from the bottom of my being. I'm so grateful that you allow me in your home. I remember years back, I stopped swearing because I knew that I was in families in your homes with your young kids, and I take it real seriously. So I want to thank you. Again, I want to thank you. It's huge to me. And there's another little thing that I want to thank you for right now, and it's our members, friends. Quickly, just want to mention a couple names from our members group. This is part of, well, I don't know if this is part of Perks, but it is today. So we have Kevin. Buddy, you know who you are. But let's get a little more personal on this one at the end of this video. We got, well, as a matter of fact, we got David Ford Jr. who just signed up. Shane Smith. We got Mr. Cam Cuts from yesterday's live feed. G-Man, I love you, brother. No hug for me. Thank you for joining the members group. Jamie Barkin Spider's like a freaking one of my dear buddies for the last like 6 or 7 years. He's been here and he's on members group. I love you, Wooly. But I'm going to scroll way back and I'm going to talk to Casey Holcomb. Casey, how are you, buddy? How's it going today? Seriously. Old Time David. Dear Standalone. Andrew George Gaduri. George Gaduri. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, Andrew, but brother, thank you. Michael Falwell. Ken Cathers. Kenny, we did work for Kenny. Professor Backlash. Professor, it's your day today for a shout out. I love you, brother. Ron Bartley. Ron, I hope you're doing well. Mr. Gerard Gutierrez. Warren Brown. Parker Ridge Farm. Adrian. Alan. John Hodgkin. There's so many. Friends, this community's growing. I just wanted to share some love to my members, and if I didn't shout out your name, stay tuned. It'll be coming. Love yous all, friends. Bottom line, work hard. Be honest. And be kind to one another. And we'll catch you on the next video.